6 months.
Yay.
All right. Thank God for last night's rest this morning rise. Thank God for his grace and his mercy. Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve, and mercy is not giving me what I do deserve. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. My name is Derek. That's Rob. Together we call the Minds of Men. Non-profit spiritual organization. We don't deal with religion. I'm an immigrant and I'm a gypsy. I'm from Baltimore City. Been in Philadelphia since the year 2000. And I've been up here for 21 years on false pretenses. I just wanted to get away. Baltimore got monotonous. I wanted to have some more fun. So I came to Philadelphia. I really wanted to go to New York. But they said you can make it New York. If they said you can make it New York, you can make it where?
Anywhere.
I had the money for New York, so I landed in South Philadelphia, Fourth and Seagull. So I got down there and started tricking, then I got tricked. And then when I got
man, I didn't know that.
then the trick was then I was introduced to crack because I used to smoke woolies. And I used to talk about crackheads, talk about dope fiends. Until I became a crackhead, it was no longer funny. So I had 3 girls in my house one time because I felt like a king, right? You know how there's men, when we have multiple women, we feel better, we feel real great, real big-headed, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't want me, they wanted what I had, right? And that was the money to get drugs. So all this smoke coming out of my bathroom, I got curious. One girl ran down my hallway and slid in my closet. And I said, where you running from? She said, they chasing me. I said, nobody in here. Get your ass out my closet. One chick hit the pipe and she said, let me hold your phone. Asked me for like 3 minutes for my phone. Gave her my phone. She dialed 3 numbers. Yeah, I said, well, put that damn phone down. We got drugs in here. You trying to get us indicted? One chick hit the pipe, kept doing like this. All in her eyes, scratching her eyes. I said, yo, y'all killing my high. I said, what's inside of this glass stem that's making you call the police to get this whole place indicted, running from things that's not chasing you, and self-mutilating? And out of curiosity, I said, yo, let me see it. I hit the pipe, went to crack space, and I was up there for 7 years, faithfully committed, dedicated to smoking coke. The one who said he would never did it. And I became a stranger to soap and water. Anybody been there before? Yeah, okay. I remember not paying rent. I remember just being trapped and loving what I was doing. But what I loved was killing me. So I made a commitment and I made a dedication to get my life together. It took a long time, took 8 programs, but now I'm finally here with 13 years. But all I got is what? Today. Met Rob in the year 2009. He came through the Freedom Theater. He had a little Attic comic book with him. I like that. I like his energy, like the creativity. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was praying for. God presented it, and we got together. We've been together every day since. So, and we love ODAT, love Wells, love the people that's here, right?
Who that?
Oh, that.
So tonight, we're going to talk about spiritual warfare. Sometimes we give you an overdose of information, but God was talking to me today on my travels here to South Philadelphia. He said, give them a little bit at a time. And plus, you can use that. Don't give them an overdose. Give them a little bit. So with this month right here, March, we're going to talk about spiritual warfare, how it applies to everybody in here, and how it applies to our recovery and active addiction. All right? Spiritual warfare, and 2 words we'll talk about tonight is fear. Fear versus faith. All right? You ready, Rob?
And we'll break it down too. Also, when we're talking about the disease of addiction, it makes more sense when somebody told me it was a dis-ease of addiction, right? So, like, if drugs is a problem or has become a major problem and so forth like that, we found out that instead of feeling, dealing, and healing, we use drugs, alcohol, and bad relationships to deal with our feelings and our emotions, right? So if we're using the drugs and alcohol and bad relationship and for the situations, guess what? The situation never changed. The situations always remain the same. So why not deal with the situation? And if you ever read the basic text, you know what they say? They say a lot of us is going to fall, but a lot of us is going to stand up. So when we're talking about fear and faith and talking about spirituality and so forth like that, they say fear is what? False expectations appearing real. The God of your understanding does not give you a spirit of fear. You understand what I'm saying? Faith. They talk about faith is what? Forward all issues to heaven. Some things are just too much for you to handle. You got to learn to turn them over. So I'm powerless over what? People, places, and things. Once you understand that, the resistance in life is like you're not swimming upstream. You swimming with the stream. You understand what I'm saying? You're no longer fighting and struggling every day. Guess what? We used to get high. Guess what, Nate? We get high just to feel better. But as soon as we get high, we feel worse. Ain't that crazy?
And the problem's still
there.
there.
We keep doing it to ourselves. We we keep telling ourselves that big lie. You know that big lie like Trump be talking about? They talk about the big lie. Well, the big lie for us is I'm going to just do one. You know what I mean? I'm going to just do one, and I'll be right back. And leave the chicken frying, and the whole house start burning down. So when we looking at this right here, try to find yourself in it. Where do you got a problem with success? Do you have a problem with success? Anybody ever what they say have a fear of success?
Number one, fear of success.
Absolutely.
What is that?
Come on.
What is the fear of success?
Come on. Anybody?
Maybe I can't keep up with this shit. Maybe I can't keep up with this stuff. I gotta get up 9 o'clock. I can't use drugs at night. I can't be doing all this and that. I gotta be responsible. I'm good at coming out the gate. But how about keeping it up? How
The
about being
maintenance.
responsible?
That
I
maintenance.
was talking to some kids last week, right? It was like 25 kids in there. I said, well, how many of you ever grew up with your father? Only 2 of them rose their hand. So how can they be fathers if they never experienced it of being with a father? So I told them, I say, look, check this out. Whatever you wanted from your father, that's what you give your child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because most of us are suffering through ACEs. What they call ACEs tonight? Adverse childhood experiences. People are going through a lot of stuff. If you listen to somebody's story, most likely you hear molestation, rape, bullying, abuse, and all that kind of stuff.
Neglect.
So using the drugs makes sense back then. But drugs don't make sense now. So when we start looking at this right here, we're going to develop a better perspective of life. Like,
Fear of success. Anybody? Come on. Fear of success. It's easy to self-sabotage when you're afraid of success. Come on. Start good, but don't finish. Come on.
No, we were just pulling up.
What's your name?
hey,
Yeah, like every time I'm doing good, like I'll have to self-sabotage it. Like if something's not, if there's no chaos, then I'll make it. Like I think I'm afraid, and then I feel like I'm afraid to like try because I don't want to fail. You know? Or I'm afraid like if I do get all this good shit, if I can't handle it.
Are you still like that?
I'm trying not to be, but I
Okay.
don't know.
what's your name again?
Melena.
Melena. Somebody told me this. They said it's better to love and lost love
They
than
never do love at all.
You understand what I'm saying? I'd rather have it and lost it than never had it at all. At least I'm in the game. You know what I'm saying? So now if you lost it, guess what you can do?
Get it back.
You can get it back.
See my glasses here? The eyeglasses represent perception. How you see it
How you treat it.
is how you treat it.
Mm-hmm.
Who believe that success is failure is not failure. Failure is learning.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to fail and relapse 8 times for me to see that I thought I had it, but I really didn't. So I had it to relapse to understand. The first time I relapsed, I had control issues. Second time I relapsed, I was a whore. Third time I relapsed, I was trying to dictate, trying to control other people's recovery. Fourth time, listen, I was the great I am. You know, Mr. Grandiosity, you know what I'm saying? Closed-minded, 5th time. 6th time, didn't give a damn. 7th time, I wanted to leave. 8th time, I was ready. So every time I went down, I learned about myself. So how I see failure is what?
How you treat it.
Right. So I needed to fail to learn. It's like when you go to jail. You never know who your friends are until you get locked up. You never know who really going to be there for your kids until you're missing in action. So trouble must take place for me.
Turbulence.
Right. To find out who's for me and who's against me. But if my father never did nothing, and my uncle never did nothing, and my mother never did nothing, and the kids never did nothing, and my cousins never did nothing, and I don't want to do nothing. So failure is comfortable.
It's a culture.
Right, it's a culture. Right, it's a mindset. Poverty is a mindset. But if we want to be what? Successful in recovery, we got to do some things we never did before. And it's easy to self-sabotage on my way of success because I'm afraid of success. Thanks for sharing that. Anybody else afraid of success, so you self-sabotage? It's going good, but you find a way to mess it up. Come on, we got a hand. What's your name?
Erica.
Hey,
Hey,
Erica.
Erica.
Not that I feel like I'm not, it's not that I'm afraid of success, I'm afraid of failing success. So
Okay.
I'd rather stay on the lower level than reach for the stars and fail it anyway, fuck it up anyway. Not sabotage it purposely, fuck it up, just fail, reach for the stars.
Okay. You still like that? You